Welcome to Dakman Productions, and welcome to the METCA booth at the 2025 TCA Eastern Division York Show here at the York Fairgrounds. And we are with Stu Rankins again.
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
We all know that the October York is the unofficial start of the train season.
Oh.
April York is the unofficial ending of the train season as we go into summer activities and outside activities instead of our inside hobby. So I'm just sad because York's the unofficial end of the season. So anyhow, I'll get over it.
Okay. So you had made some crazy announcement that there was a certain boxcar that was no holds, no saves, no nothing. If you want to come to the METCA booth, and you have to buy it in person.
Yep.
And so, what is the thoughts behind that?
So let me show you. Oh man! Again, if we had scripted this, I would have had the other version, the Train Fest version, up here. But maybe we'll get that down later as we work down the table.
Right.
Anyhow, 2025 is Lionel's 125th anniversary.
Right. Hold that still.
Lionel has done a few of these 125th anniversary boxcars with this specific graphic on it, with Lenny the Lion on the door. They first came out with one last October for Comic Con. Same boxcar, but had a Comic Con logo here. October 2024. November of 2024, Train Fest. They came out with a version that had the Lionel logo here. If we remember, when we get over there later, we'll take a peek at that one.
Okay.
So I said, hey, what would be more perfect than to have that same car, but instead of the Comic-Con logo, instead of the Lionel logo, let's put the METCA logo there. So this was one that we worked with Lionel starting just in January. This project came together super fast, and we are lucky enough to have them here. And yes, as you said, we've put on Facebook that it's first come, first served, one per person, cash and carry, no holds, no pre-orders, no I'll be there Friday afternoon and pay for it. We do that with a lot of our products, but every once in a while, we throw a curveball, a monkey wrench into the system, and that's this car. These are strictly just first come, first served, as people come in tomorrow at noon. So Thursday at noon, the show opens. That's when we'll sell our first one.
Okay, so let me ask this for the audience and the viewers. So let's just say perhaps you don't sell all of them and there's maybe a couple left. Can they still order after the fact?
Yeah, so if there's any left, we will then put them in our online store.
Okay.
And people would go to our online store and order them then, if there's any left.
Right. And yeah, so I was just wondering the purpose of no holds, not even a pre-order, not even a save. You got to come in person and get it.
Yeah. Again, the logistics. All the saves and I don't have a lot of gray matter. My hair is gray, but inside I don't have that much gray matter. I can't remember who to save things for. The logistics in keeping track of orders. It's a lot more daunting. It's a lot more involved than I think maybe your viewers understand.
Right.
So this is just super simple. The product is here. Walk up, pay, cash and carry. From a selling point of view, the logistics are about as bare minimum as they can be.
Right. Well, actually, the answer I was looking for is because you want to meet the viewers and the people in person, so that's why you did it.
I thought that was a given. Have we not said that like a million times on video?
Yeah, but we gotta keep reminding everybody.
Gotta reinforce it.
Yeah.
You know the other thing we have to remind people of?
What's that?
When you do go to the METCA store, online store,
right,
put something in your cart, we don't know that you have something in your cart. The only time we know that you're interested in something is when you click the Pay Now button. That's when it comes through to us. You can go to our store and put a million things in your cart, and people do that, and they come to us, and I say I'm sold out of something, they're like, yeah, but I had it in my cart. Well, there's no way for us to know if you're serious about that item if it's just in your cart.
Right.
PayPal doesn't tell us who has things in their cart. PayPal tells us who has paid for items. And when you pay for an item, you get the item.
Right.
So I just wanted to mention that because more than once we've heard people who are disappointed because we didn't hold an item for them when they had it in their cart, even though they never completed the transaction and checked out.
Right.
So I wanted to get that message.
Yeah, so the only way to hold an item is to pay for it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So everybody knows.
Yep. Anyhow, so that's our 125th and Lionel 125th anniversary METCA car. I'm sure Sean will get some other footage. There's also a version that TCA National is selling. Same car, but it has the TCA logo on it. So
Yes.
I'm sure Sean's going to talk to Stacy later. If he
Oh
hasn't
yeah,
already.
yeah. I'll definitely be visiting Stacy.
So we're going to talk about what other new product is here at York, and it's not a lot because we did talk about all of our new SD70s when we were at the Greenberg show. So we're going to go halfway down our row of locomotives. The other thing that just arrived, and it's going to sound like a broken record, we left to come here to York on a Monday. These arrived on Friday. So if you ordered our Panama Canal SD40-2, don't worry, they're sitting back home and we'll ship them out. You should have gotten an email that said we'll be shipping them out in May. But we have 4 available, so we decided 4 that weren't pre-reserved. Most of them went to Panama Canal Railway as well as My Jack Industries. Between those two, they bought the majority of the production run. Handful of customers reserved some, and then the 4 that weren't reserved we brought here. But Lionel Legacy SD40-2 Panama Canal Railway, nice companion piece to the Panama Canal F40PH that we did a few years ago.
Yep.
Fun thing, the railroad was so involved with this one, the design and development of this one, getting colors the way they are right. They would go out to the yard anytime Lionel needed a close-up of where some lettering was, where these little logos were, the Spanish text that's on there. The guys from Panama Canal Railway would run out to the yard, take pictures of the locomotive and email them to me, and I would forward them to Lionel.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is literally as close to the real thing in miniature form as you can get.
That's super cool.
I don't think any of the other Lionel SD40s in the catalog. These were cataloged in 2024 Volume 2. I don't think any of the other ones had the dual flashing amber lights. The real locomotive has 2 rooftop beacons, therefore the model has 2 rooftop beacons. The real locomotive has that little firecracker antenna there. Our model does too. The placement of the horns. All of this is accurate to the actual real-life prototype.
Okay.
Fun little fact about this one, and we mentioned it briefly when we looked at the original artwork. Rod Carew, Hall of Fame baseball player Rod Carew, was from Panama. And, you know, his uniform number was number 29. So the real locomotive has that little baseball graphic on it. So that was why, of all the Panama Canal SD40s, we picked this one, this road number, because it's the only road number that has the Rod Carew baseball graphic on it.
And once again, Stu is not selling your locomotive because there was somebody on who made a comment in one of my past videos with you saying, hey Stu, where's my locomotive? And as Stu mentioned, you know, sometimes the stuff comes in and he's showing it on video, however, it didn't get sent out quite yet. So just sit back, you'll get your pre-order.
Yes, you will. You will get your pre-order. So the last new item that we have in is from MTH. The Virginia Museum of Transportation has painted some bi-levels, passenger cars, in Norfolk and Western's burgundy and black scheme. Well, when I saw that, and the cars are lettered Virginia Museum of Transportation. But when I saw this color scheme, I said, that's too gorgeous to only let them be manufactured in O-gauge with Virginia Museum of Transportation, which has been offered elsewhere. I wanted a Norfolk and Western lettered version. So these cars, even though MTH has sold the bi-level tooling to Atlas, this is part of their shared tooling agreement. So you can work with either Atlas or MTH to get your bi-level custom run cars. So we made 24 sets, 24 4-car sets. All of you customers who have pre-ordered them, you all got them. We sold 23 of the 24 4-car sets. The cars come packed in 2-packs. So 23 people got their 4-car set. That 24th set, we had somebody that only wanted 2 cars. They only wanted 1 2-pack, not 2 2-packs. So they got their 1 2-pack, and so 23 and a half sets are sold. So here at York, we have our last 2-pack, which will complete all 24 sets then. But they turned out really, really nice. Obviously, MTH has done great jobs on this Norfolk and Western, the burgundy, the black, the gold striping. It looks really sweet. I think you've probably got here, if you didn't get a close-up, the Spirit of Roanoke lettering. So the Norfolk and Western J611, recently, 2 years ago, maybe, they added the Spirit of Roanoke script lettering to the side of the cab where the engineer leans out. So we said, our Norfolk Western bi-levels need that Spirit of Roanoke lettering.
Absolutely.
So those are here. That's our last one for anybody that's here at York that wants to get those.
All right.
That is all the new product that we have here at York.
And what about anything new that's coming in?
So this is stuff that we haven't talked about yet, because our last couple of videos, Allentown, Greenberg, we had new stuff there. We had the Berwicks at Allentown. We had SD70s at Greenberg. So we've never got a chance to talk about the items that we are offering in conjunction with the Lionel 2025 Volume 1 catalog. So let's run through that stuff real quick.
Sounds good.
Starting at the top of our flyer here, a 686 S2 turbine.
Wow.
You're used to seeing these with the Pennsylvania Railroad name on them, but we wanted to make a bold statement.
That looks good, Stu. I gotta tell you.
Thank you. To honor America's 250th birthday coming up in 2026. Yes, folks, I know it's not 2026 yet, but in order for this to be here for 2026, you have to put this into production a year ahead of time.
How many of these are you making?
40.
Just 40.
Because we, as a lot of times, we have to turn our quantity into Lionel before we even get to advertise it. So we had 0 reservations, and we had to determine our production quantity because we hadn't even advertised it yet.
Right.
So we're doing 40 of the America 250 S2.
I'm gonna predict those are gonna sell out on a pre-order.
You know, well, maybe. Again, I have no way to know if they do or they don't. Here's what I will say. While this computer-generated image looks really nice, it doesn't do it justice.
Oh yeah, we talked about this before.
Because this silver is that metallic silver,
right?
Like that was on the Red Tail SD70,
right? And that was actually hard to pick up even on camera.
Even on camera,
yeah. So the only way you can appreciate that color is actually seeing it in person.
Yeah. So when this comes in and it has that metallic silver with all the red, white, and blue accents, it's really going to pop. So if they don't sell it on pre-order, we're comfortable that when people actually see it in person, it'll be really nice.
Yeah, that's going to sell.
And you see all these stars on the side, all the red, white, and blue stars.
Yes.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a little anal. Yes, there are 50 stars on each side of the locomotive. And I, like Santa Claus, I checked them and I counted it twice to make sure there were 50 on there. Moving on, if you remember, again, about a year ago now, we had Christmas and Halloween little A5 040 steam locomotives. Very, very popular. We wanted to do a legacy scale size diesel. So Lionel had GP35s in their 2025 Volume 1 catalog. So we decided to do a 2-pack, available individually, of Christmas and Halloween GP35s. Again, this one, the red, I'll use the term candy apple red. We actually don't even have a color code for this. We told the factory, match a product made like in 2018. I think it was a Thomas Kincaid something or another.
Yeah.
So it's going to have a red that matches a Thomas Kincaid item from 2018. Because
I remember that set.
Just speccing the regular Pantone colors wasn't getting us the finish that we wanted. So we are doing 50 of these, 50 of the Christmas GP35s. Again, it's got Santa and the sleigh flying above a town.
Before we go any further, can we talk about price, or is that too soon because of what's going on overseas?
So we can talk about price. Well, I think, again, you want price, go to METCA.org, go to the store, because the computer remembers all this. I don't. But these, I think, are, the S2 is, I believe, $12.99. The GP35s, I think, are $5.99. Same price, Halloween and Christmas, $5.99. So when it comes to the fluidity in the market and changing prices, our position is pretty simple. Anybody who can tell me what will be happening in 8 months from now when these come in, well, if you can, great. I can give you an answer as to what the price is going to be. So I don't want to be a smart ass. Really, how we're approaching this, every project is going to be approached differently, because we might have a different answer for locomotives versus freight cars. But our overall philosophy is the same. If you pre-order, regardless of what happens in the world, if we can deliver that product to you for the price that you pre-ordered it at, as long as we don't go into the red, as long as we don't lose money on the item, we will sell it to you at your pre-order price. Most of the time, hopefully, all it means is our profit margin shrinks. We go from what our normal profit margin is after the fluidity and the pricings. As long as we stay in the black, even by $5, you're going to get your item at the pre-order price.
But you can understand why I'm asking this.
I totally understand.
Because people are going, I'm asking questions that other people I think will have concerns with.
Well, they do. And again, I don't have an answer for the question because I can't tell you what I'm going to have to pay 8 months from now.
Right.
I mean, I know what I have a signed contract for, and then depending on where tariffs are in the world at the time, that'll be added onto my contract price. The Panama Canal engine we just looked at, our cost increased by 10% over what we were told it was going to cost. But everybody that pre-ordered those is getting their locomotive at the price they pre-ordered it, not a penny increase. The last 4 that are here on the shelf, these are no longer at pre-order price. Our pre-order price is over. Now that these have come in, and instead of just, breaking by on all of the pre-orders that we shipped out, which is fine.
Right.
These are now at your standard markup and standard profit margin.
And that's totally understandable.
Yeah. Halloween GP35. Again, we really want to go with something spooky, evil. This is the Headless Horseman on here. This one, there's a couple of unique pieces, features on this. The lime green trucks with the purple fuel tank are really going to stand out, and especially with the red fueled by blood, with the blood dripping off the letterings.
Wow.
That running gear is one of the things that's really going to make this item. Sean, and if you can look here in the cab, you see how the road numbers above the windows are red?
Oh yeah, I see it now.
You can almost see a little bit of a pink hue to the windshield and the marker lights or the headlights. These, this is not going to have just regular white illumination inside the cab and in the headlights. It's going to be red.
Wow.
The plastic on the windows is going to be a red translucent plastic. Think like the brake lights in your car.
Right.
Red translucent. That's what this is going to have. So that when the lights are on here, it's going to glow red like the brake lights in your car glow when you step on the pedal.
Now, will either one of those have special sound features like, the Halloween, like an evil ghoul sound or whatever have you? Or...
Yep. So all of these will. Again, let's go back to the top. America 250, aux 3. The special sound in this one's going to be via aux 3. So if you have your cab 2, if you have your base 3 app or cab 3 app, your aux 3 feature will activate the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, no way.
On this one. Yeah. We've done Star Spangled Banner before in a diesel we had, a We the People, born on the 4th of July, SD70. We had the Star Spangled Banner in that on aux 3. So this is going to have aux 3. Halloween and Christmas, I don't know what sounds they'll have, but I said to Lionel, put as much holiday themed sounds in there, and they have a huge library of all the howling wolves and all of this, that, the other thing. We had custom sounds in our Halloween and Christmas A5s a year ago. I said at a minimum I would love that, but if you could do a little bit more, it would be appreciated. And so I don't know what I'm getting. When they come in, we'll find out what sounds when they come in. But for those of you who have the 040 A5, the sounds in these will be that level of quality, that level of holiday themed sound sets, or better.
Wow.
What else? We have, I don't know, did we talk about this? Did we talk about the presidential ES44?
Yes, yeah, about the aprons. We covered these.
Yep, the bunting. So our presidential ES44.
We covered that.
We talked about that, okay. We talked about PS1 boxcars.
Yep.
Then I think, and we talked about Aberdeen Gondola.
I believe we did, because I remember the caboose being in there with it.
Yep. And then the Santa Fe Warbonnet FM Trainmaster. So I believe that is all of the new announcements that we have that we haven't yet shown your viewers.
Is there any clues to any unofficial announcements you want to make?
Let's see.
Because the viewers like that.
Yeah, I know they like that.
But I know you got to be careful what you say.
Yeah, so, well, here's what I will say. So obviously, we work years in advance.
Right.
That's probably obvious because oftentimes we announce things the day catalogs are released. We're announcing our custom run that same day. And I'm sure your viewers are smart enough to figure that we didn't go from concept to artwork to virtual images all in a matter of hours.
Right.
There's nothing I can really share with about any of my upcoming, or not mine. I want to talk about that too. I say my a lot and I shouldn't. Our upcoming Lionel products. But what I will say is our custom runs requests have already been turned into Atlas for our next run of Berwicks.
No way. You doing another run of Berwicks?
Well, when they catalog Berwick, again, we can only do cars, any car,
right,
when the manufacturer puts the item in their catalog. So the next time Atlas does Berwicks, I don't know if they're going to announce them here at York. I don't know if they're going to take 7 years to announce them. I have no idea when they're going to announce Berwick. When that is.
Right.
our custom run request has already been submitted to Atlas, and I think that's another thing maybe that I should share with your viewers. To do this, you need patience of a saint.
Oh yeah.
And so what I do is I don't get hyper about this. I don't get emotional. I'm passionate, but I'm not emotional. I don't get stressed out about it. When I want something, I give the idea to the manufacturer. Schedule, I have no say over. I just wash my hands. Again, I don't know if these things are going to be announced in 2 months or 2 years, but I got a lot of ideas. The manufacturers have all the ideas.
Right.
And when it fits into their production schedule, when they're doing their own versions of whatever these items are that I've requested, they will then do our custom runs at the same time.
Now you got me all.
I know. You guys, you don't see this? Sean is behind the camera. Sweat is rolling down. He's got this vein popping out there because he heard the B word. No, I'm not talking beer. I'm talking Berwick.
Berwick. So, how many custom different ones are you doing this time? Different road names.
Right now, two road names.
2 road names.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because
as well as these things sold out, you're only doing 2 road names.
Yep. Just I don't feel the need to change our process due to what I envision is this Berwick craze that happened in late in early 2025. I think that was a little bit of a unique situation.
I don't know, because they're still on eBay for $260.
Yeah. So look at when Lionel's in the 90s when they started reissuing 64 cars.
Right.
The first 3-pack of 64 cars went for crazy money. Nobody ordered enough. Then when series number 2, the next 3-pack came out, everybody thought, oh my God, it's going to be a repeat of 3-pack number 1. Everybody over-ordered them. And so it didn't hold its value. So I think because of the Berwick craze that happened now, I think there's going to be, and I like to play things conservative, I think there's going to be a lot of over-ordering, overproduction.
The next
on the next wave of Berwicks. I think people are going to think that it's going to be a repeat of the 2025 Berwick craze.
Right.
And there will be some of that, but I think
so
because people are wiser,
that Atlas will probably make more this time around.
They'll make more. You'll see more custom runs. The market's going to get flooded. That's what I want to say. The next run of Berwicks, whenever it happens, has the potential to flood the market with Berwicks. And I'm happy just to have my little slice of the pie. I don't have to get big and fat and have the whole pie. 2 road names, that's fine. Plus, as I said, we got a million other projects
right.
going on. Working 60 hours a week, I only have finite number of hours in the day to devote to this.
Now, remember, these are just preliminary, so there's no art. He's just giving us an insight, so please do not beat up Stu with emails and stuff wanting to know what these Berwicks are going to be.
Correct.
You guys will find out soon enough, so he's nice enough to give us this inside information. The only thing I ask is that, hey, hold on, don't pound him with emails and stuff. We'll find out. Just be patient. And but at any rate, Stu, I always like talking to you about different things, and it gives me a different side of things that I wouldn't even have thought of. But that makes total sense. Yeah. What you just said.
And I appreciate what you just said to the viewers. And when it comes to customer service, I like to be very responsive, and if you send me an email, I'm going to respond. if I get a million emails asking what the road name's going to be on the Berwick, I can't guarantee I'm going to respond to those emails. I literally just might delete them. When we are ready to announce
Yes.
the road names, we are going to do it on our terms.
Yes.
And it might be here on a Dakman video. We might put them up on the website. And then send out an e-blast to prior customers.
Yep.
But we are going to announce the road names when we are ready to announce the road names.
Right.
And you can pester me with emails and text messages, and the only thing that's probably going to result in is you getting blocked. So,
Yeah.
folks, when we're ready to announce it, there'll be plenty of time for everybody to get their orders in.
Right. Yeah, so just please respect the insider information. So Stu continues giving us insider information for Dakman Productions. And thank you for supporting Stu and METCA for all these custom runs that they do. And, you know, we're just happy to see people excited to buy the product.
Yeah.
So
Can I, before we wrap this up,
yes.
can I just touch on one thing? I went back right after the Allentown meet and watched that video. And I wanted to say something when we did our little video at Greenberg in Edison in March, and I forgot. So I want to address it right now because I just caught myself multiple times here saying me, I. I'm going to say it now. I might be the face that you guys see on Dakman videos a lot, but I do not do this alone. Even though I say I do this, I do that, me, there's a whole team. When this stuff happens and we put product on a website, well, the webmaster has to put it on the website. I don't do the website. The webmaster does. The webmaster's out in Kansas, so he does the website. Without him, our custom run program would not exist. Well, let's see. Then we send out an e-blast to prior customers, to TCA members, whatever it is. I don't do that. Doug, the METCA secretary, does that. Without him and sending out the e-blast to tell people, hey, it's on the website, go look at it, our custom run program would not exist. When you order, we have another guy, Bob. He goes in, he summarizes the orders off of PayPal, he prepares the shipping labels. Without him, our custom run program would not exist. And when it comes to ship this stuff out, Andy comes over to my house. So I could not do this alone. Without Andy, the product would not get shipped out, which means our custom run program would not exist. So I wanted to set the record straight.
Yep.
Because I use the word I and me a lot, and that's kind of selfish of me, because without that team of about 4 or 5 folks, none of this would exist. So I just felt guilty when I watched that Allentown video. I was a little selfish. So this is a team effort, even though most of the time you only see my face.
Yeah, so Stu is the face of the METCA booth on video. However, there are a team of people who work just as hard as Stu behind the scenes to make sure things happen.
Yep.
So, and
while I was sad at the beginning of this video, I'm much happier now, Sean.
well, that's good. Thank you again for this video, Stu, and showing us the product, and we'll see you at the next train show.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Dakman. Thanks, viewers. Like, subscribe, all that, and have a great summer.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.